Welcome everyone, it's the Patient Toddler coming at you with another live stream, and I know it has been a long time that I have done a live stream, and also the latest video is already a while ago, but nevertheless now things are piling up so much that I can no longer wait and do another live stream in between a lot of stuff that I have to solve in my life. But anyways, let's get right into what we are going to discuss today. Am I worried about my investment in the VeVe collectibles? Am I worried about my investment in the Ecomi token? Am I going to sell off my VeVe collectibles and Ecomi tokens like some of the VeVe and Ecomi OGs have done? What is going on with the Bitcoin price right now? Because that's relevant, obviously, for the overall market and maybe also the Ecomi price. And obviously, we are going to talk about the newest drop announcements from VeVe. And by the way, this is going to be one of the most unprepared streams that I have ever had in my life so far. But nevertheless, it's going to be really, really good and great to see you all here in this live stream. Now, let's do some housekeeping first. You all know, because this is a degenerate time, we have a really big, fat Bitcoin pump right now that we are going to look at in a second. So I want to place this here. I am unfortunately not your financial advisor. Everything you see here is only one data point in your overall analysis. So please do your own research before you ape full degen into the VeVe collectibles, the Ecomi token, Bitcoin, or whatever other, God forbid, meme coins or shit coins out there. Now, with that said, I want to thank each and every one of you, 15 people already here, for subscribing to my channel, or for being subscribed to my channel, for having the little bell ticked, and for just hanging out here with me. Good vibes from Energy already here. Hello to Energy, our favorite German whale here, or one of the favorites. Anyways, if you are tuning into this and we are not live anymore, then please, if I do not forget, and if I can manage somehow tomorrow, I will try to put in timestamps so you can find your way through this relatively quick live stream. And always when I say I want to make it quick, I do a 2-hour live stream, because you guys are usually insane in the discussions here. Welcome to the stream, Dex. My OMI investment will get me a real life Lambo. Well, that's a good statement. I hope you have at least a couple of million Ecomi tokens, which I also have. I have now, just let me put this here for transparency reasons, I have increased my stack to, or my bag to 2 million Ecomi tokens. Maznak is here. Good to see you, man. I remember you from the previous streams. Hello from Vancouver, Canada. Greetings to Canada. And Mark is also here saying, let's go. Okay, so let's go and tick this off right. Oh, we also have Felipe here. Back again. I also remember you and remember your face, basically. And Energy says, do you have enough OMI? Well, that also depends on where OMI is going to go to once it's being listed on exchanges, right? So there are different price predictions about Ecomi out there, and there are also obviously different personal preferences to hold Ecomi. So we are going to discuss all of this. We have seen some people from the VeVe fam, some OGs, putting out videos just a couple of days ago where they explain and somehow apologize to the community, which they really do not need to, in my opinion, for selling off their bags of VeVe collectibles and Ecomi tokens. So we are going to discuss that, obviously. But first of all, let's have a look here at Bitcoin. Let me get this here on the screen for you, because it's just what I mean. Look at this. This is just beautiful. We have been waiting so long for something like that. And actually, we had this massive pump. Then we had 2 weeks of corrections, and then the bears in the Twitter space came up and basically declared that this is only a relief rally and that we would drop from here to new all-time lows because of the weekly bearish cross, the death cross. Okay, so I would not discard that this could still result in even lower prices for Bitcoin, but obviously we see here probably a lot of these shorts have been squeezed out, and now Bitcoin is pumping like crazy and has actually blasted through 24,000 again, which is in the long run looking pretty good. And there is not much room left until we really would put in, and sorry about all of the lines, but just take a look at the circles here. If we would really put in here a local higher high, which would be the first indicator, because this was a move of strength, for us to declare that the bottom is in. And actually, the chances are higher every day that the bottom might be in. However, I would not give this 100% chance yet. So obviously, if we zoom out, this pump looks less and less magnificent. Although, if you have been DCAing and you're looking at your portfolio right now, you would feel pretty good about yourselves, right? Fred says, did you change your computer setup? New angle, sir. Actually, I just moved the screen a little bit, or the cam a little bit, here in the apartment, so it catches a little bit of my my what's that, like, closet. Jordan says, by the way, Jordan is a channel subscriber. Let's go. We have a lot of exchanges to look forward to, but the VeVe team seems content to push Omi in the closet for the last 4 years. Yeah, I think there are several reasons to outline why the VeVe team is doing so. One has to do with regulations. The other one has to do with probably trying to onboard Ecomi before it pumps, so that people that purchase Omi for other reasons do not sit, let's say, on a 1 cent bag after purchasing it for $100, which could happen. So they try to probably avoid what's happening right now with all the other altcoins, that you have these massive volatility, because that would be obviously really frustrating to users that only come to the app and try to purchase Omi tokens. So I think I personally would do it as well, in a sense that I would only list Omi on exchanges after I've implemented it in the app. So yeah, that's basically how I feel about this. So I don't care too much, because for me, Ecomi is a long-term investment. I don't care about exchange listings at this point in time. I want to see them when we are getting closer to the halving and past the next halving. I want to see them then, and I want to see all the OUP features rolled out until then, so that we have no legitimate reason anymore to not list Omi on each and every exchange out there. Mehdi says the markets are delusional. Yes, they are. No discussion. That they are, because there's no reason to put in that retracement and that pump, and they were before as well, because there was also no reason to have that heavy of a sell-off. But yeah, it's a game. Like, the market is a game, and we are here to play that as well. Fred says, I still want the crypto market to stay low for the next 1 year. I need to buy more. Well, it's all about perspective, because, I mean, if you zoom this in like this, we are still fairly low, right? I mean, look at this downtrend. We have pumped here. Yes, we have maybe built a trough, or this is, because if you look at this is still like a series of lower highs and lower lows. This could still be a downtrend. I personally, on the Patient Hodler channel, do not want to declare the bottom until I can say that it met my criteria of taking out the next high of strength and then putting in a higher low, right? So obviously I agree with you, Mehdi. no reason to pump. Actually, there is a reason to pump, and that is the Fed and how they are acting in terms of inflation. Now, the reason for us seeing, let's say, this, I think I wondered first about this, why this pump is so huge in the sense of compared to the last weeks, because I would have expected this pump right after Jerome Powell basically said that they would take the foot off of the gas. Now we have the core inflation coming out pretty high still, despite all the rate hikes, and yet the market is pumping. So I think the market is pumping right now more because of liquidating shorts than really because of fundamental reasons. Because if you think about it, Jerome Powell said on the last Fed meeting that they take the core inflation as data base point for lowering the rate hikes, or let's say for stopping or even pivoting in the rate hike increases. And if the core inflation is not coming down significantly, then you would expect that Jerome Powell might be doing more rate hikes than we might have expected a couple of weeks ago. Yet, a couple of weeks ago, we had a sideways movement, and yet right now that we see this very slow decrease in core inflation, we have a big pump. So I think it's more about that the bears got so many shorts in place with leverage, and whales basically manipulate, or not manipulate, but really take them out before they do their thing. So usually what I would have expected from a slightly lower core inflation is continuing a sideways movement, slowly trickling a little bit down, so to have an extended retracement on the last pump. But we are here today with large green candles, right? So we are happy. I think looking good. Also, you can see a little simulation of what's expected or what you can expect from your portfolio in the coming 1.5 years or so. But I think overall that's good. Okay, so we have discussed a little bit about Bitcoin. Maybe we are coming back on Bitcoin here, but I mean, if we close this, this is in 2 hours and 15 minutes. If we close this around here, so higher closes than this level, then I would be looking for this 25,000 up here, and obviously we want to see closes above that or around that, just to have the previous local high taken out. It's all retail buying. I highly disagree, because why would retail be buying right now? If the argument for retail leaving the markets is that they were scared and they didn't have money left over, why would retail buy now? I would say it's whale games to liquidate shorts and to play the market. But I mean, I could be wrong there, and maybe could be right. Let's be a casino. Let us be the casino and not the gambler. Yeah, that's true. And actually, if you are like, there are some strategies to not gamble. First one is to not use leverage. The second one is to not be trading in very short term or short intervals if you are not the 1% that is really good at it and makes a killing at it, or if you are not so heavy that you can manipulate the price. There is a strategy around this, and this is buy and hold. If you are not degenerate and invest in something, or buy and hold something that is without value. Speaking of without value, or better, speaking of value, let's get into what VeVe is doing. So as you have seen here, or as you can see here, the VeVe fam is already requesting the Lada, right? So obviously this is the NFT that we all want to see, right? But in all honesty, let's go here into what VeVe has presented us with, and that's actually the Lamborghini. So they have announced this on DesignerCon, and we kind of knew that it was coming, but now they have presented us with the models of these Lamborghinis. And what So what sticks out for you guys? For me, the first thing that I saw here, and now we are seeing the rarities, this looks like a racing game, actually. It doesn't look like static models or so. It looks more like race cars from Need for Speed Underground back in the day. So, I mean, obviously, it's Lamborghini. They want to put this sportive vision out here. And what else sticks out to me is they have presented a light blue Lamborghini on DesignerCon, and it's not here in the drop. So there are several colors, but the VeVe light blue one is not here. So could this be a potential airdrop if you have the whole set? Now, the second point that I want to know your guys' opinion on is edition size and price. What can we expect, in your opinion, from edition sizes and prices? Because, I mean, we saw Aston Martin, for example, launching the ultra rare at $307, and now we have a car that's technically more expensive than an Aston Martin. It is also not the movie car. By the way, I think this is the first car drop that is not related to any movies or movie issuer license issuing. So this could be pretty big in terms of the overall VeVe market. But anyways, so the Aston Martin Ultra Rare was 307, and then we have seen Aston Martin Secret Rares around 1,000. I think, was it 1,000 or 997 or something like that? So a close to 1,000 gems, I think it was, during the James Bond drop. So these were, I think, the most expensive drops on the VeVe app so far. Now, in that relation, we should, Walt was also 300 gems, I think. But in that relation, Lamborghini should be either really expensive and really scarce, because obviously I mean, the brand demands scarcity, right? I mean, even in real life. What do you guys think? Let me know. While we do that, Mehdi has commented something else. But sir, tell me, what is the reason that the team avoids questions about OMI? I think the reason for that is that they simply do not focus on OMI, because VeVe is the backbone for OMI. And if VeVe is not doing well, or if VeVe is not working out, then you can forget about OMI. I think that's basically the biggest reason. Also, we have seen on, I will pull this up later, we have seen on the token portal side from Ecomi that there was actually some progress bar on the crypto pay-in, which would be basically the first step for bringing crypto into VeVe, and therefore also linking VeVe to crypto. So I think that's the reason. This is my opinion. Why? Because it doesn't make sense to hold a ton of OMI tokens and then try to lure everyone in and then do nothing with it. This would be only harmful, right? I think there's some other strategic reason, which probably has to do with the SEC also going after everything that is related to either big brands or a successful project. I mean, I always or sometimes do this comparison. So if you see how the SEC is acting, basically, get me a little bit bigger here. If you see how the SEC is acting, when the big altcoin pump before the last or during the last bull market was, they came after Ripple. Then they came after, I think they came after the Kardashians for crypto. Why? Because there were so many celebrities to go after that were smaller and had crypto and had NFTs and issued NFTs, but they went after the biggest one. Now they went after the Bored Apes, the Mutant Apes, and the ApeCoin. Why? Why not go after whatever other crypto project that is easy to take down for the SEC, which has no funds to finance lawyers to defend them, and just label that as a security and create a precedent? And then next example, these days, like a couple of days ago, they came after BUSD, the Binance stablecoin, and they ordered packs to stop emitting Binance USD stablecoin, and with the argument that it would be a security. How can a stablecoin be a security? It doesn't even meet the Howey test, which would be basically the first test to define if something would be a security. So they're coming after Binance stablecoin, trying to label it a security, trying to destabilize the Binance stablecoin in a position where Binance is also under heavy attacks of FUD in social media and so on, instead of going after whatever other stablecoin that is maybe even not stable. So there's a pattern here, in my opinion. The SEC is going after everything that is shiny and where they can spread fear and get people out of crypto, in my opinion. So yeah, Mehdi says, wow, we have a CoinDesk article about the Lambo drop. Whoa. Where can I find that one? Let me check this here. CoinDesk Lamborghini VeVe. Oh, that is great. Let me get this over here. 1 second. I just need to get this this out of the way. Give me a second, boys. It's just, I said the stream is rather unprepared. So here we go. Thanks for the heads up. This is actually big freaking big news. This came out today, obviously. Web3. New VeVe Lamborghini NFT collection revs up for release on VeVe. The digital collectibles will feature the Huracan STO model of the iconic luxury sports car brand with different rarity traits. There we go. Nice picture. Okay, so what can we read here about VeVe on CoinDesk? And by the way, guys, CoinDesk is not a small thing. A ton of people will look at this and will discover VeVe right now. And if I don't know if we really had a ton of CoinDesk coverage in the past, but this is big in my opinion. So non-fungible token NFT marketplace VeVe. This is also big because they don't say the usual digital collectibles, is teaming up with Italian car manufacturer Automobile Lamborghini to release digital collectibles of its iconic sports cars, the company said on Wednesday. The NFTs, which are set to be listed on February 19th, will feature the Huracan STO model with a range of rarity traits. We have seen that right now in the video. Once purchased, collectors can showcase their NFTs in the app's virtual showrooms, share on their VeVe social feeds, and use augmented reality AR to view and drive their car on streets in the real world. This is big because they are basically promoting, or they are giving some kind of a promotion, because they are basically outlining what you can do on the VeVe app despite being a car model. So this is really good. Also to point out the AR functionality to drive the car in the streets of the real world. That's pretty big. Yeah, so what is this? What they relate here? WEN LAMBO, crypto's favorite automaker, track cars on Salesforce blockchain. So interesting, because when the reason why I think that Lambo is so big for VeVe is that Lambo was always a meme in the entire crypto space. So there was always like, oh, buy this for Lambo, buy that for Lambo. I remember the times when VeChain was pumping, and it says here, VeChain for Lambo. How many VeChain do you need for Lambo? Okay, so let's read on here. VeVe co-founder Dan Crothers told CoinDesk, so they did this directly, and this is what. Sorry for interrupting this text so often, but there's so much coming to my mind here right now. They never talked to the big press, right? And now they have done the rebranding, and they said they wanted to mass market and so on. So they have never talked about VeVe on in front of media outlets, And even when they directly talked about VeVe collectibles, they literally didn't even mention VeVe. There were articles about the Golden Moments Disney series without mentioning VeVe. So this is great. VeVe co-founder Dan Crothers told CoinDesk that he's enthusiastic about giving Lamborghini fans a new way to experience their favorite automobile, and hopes the collection will help onboard sport car fanatics to Web3. Yeah, and then when they are in, they will see there's at least already the Aston Martin from James Bond there, and I don't know if they will like the cars collectibles, maybe for their kids from Disney. Owning and also DeLorean, by the way. Owning or even simply driving a Lamborghini is a dream of many. Yeah, it's also my dream, and I am pretty sure that a lot of the people that are in this chat right now, and including me that's sitting in front of the camera, one day will realize that and many other dreams. So stick to it. Crothers told CoinDesk, the great thing about our community of passionate collectors is that they just love collecting. But we also hope this will inspire car enthusiasts to jump into the digital collectibles world too. Yeah, basically it's mixed, right? We do not just love collecting, we also love aping into collectibles like crazy because of the theoretical and maybe possible upside that these things have. But yes, there are some collectibles that I will never sell just because I like them. Marketing has, Jordan says, the Meta Birkin case was a win for VeVe. The legal precedent set by this case would sink a lot of NFTs on OpenSea. VeVe could become a trusted NFT and then a desirable gold standard in the NFT world. Very, very right. And basically, what Jordan says is something that David, you also said on the podcast with Matt Gondek. So Matt Gondek has a podcast that you can listen on Spotify, Apple Music, and I think Amazon for free. Or not for free because you have to pay Apple Music and stuff like that. By the way, this is not an advertisement, it's just me giving you a heads up. And it was pretty interesting, this episode of the, what was that, Creative Break or so podcast, because David, you basically explained why they didn't move forward with interoperability. And I think the explanation was kind of satisfying for me because they, for example, decided against interoperability with OpenSea for now. Because imagine what is happening if you just, he outlined a lot of reasons, like you send your collectible to the wrong wallet address, you lose your MetaMask stuff. Like there are a lot of MetaMask wallets hacked already. The entire marketplace going down with a ton of VeVe collectibles and so on and so on. So they basically decided for now against it. At the same time, he basically said that they are heading in the future to full interoperability. Now, if you believe him or not, this is up to you. I personally tend to still believe him, although that, yeah, there were some things that I didn't like too much about how the VeVe fam the VeVe is great. The VeVe team acted in terms of certain topics, but overall, I still think they are on track. I think they are still great. I still like them. And yeah, so in my opinion, it's basically what Jordan says here, what David, you said on this podcast. Z-Phaser says marketing has started. So for everyone who is tuning in right now, first of all, smash up the like. Secondly, give me a subscribe if you like the stream. And third of all, we are in a CoinDesk article about VeVe, which is great for Veve and Ecomi, because obviously if you are in VeVe, then it doesn't take long until the first guy is knocking on your door and like, hey, do you have a moment of time to talk about Omi? So they will bring Omi to the guys that are coming into VeVe. Harbringer is here. Good evening or good morning or whatever, Harbringer. Nice profile pic. I like it a lot. Is this an NFT? Z-Phaser says, I can buy a real Lambo this summer with 5 million Omi. I feel it. Well, you might be a little bit ahead of schedule. Maybe let's talk about earliest summer 2024. But I like the idea. I mean, yeah, if it happens, I would be happy for you. I would, if this happens, then you have to drive this Lamborghini here to Germany to celebrate. Anyways, also because on our highways you can speed up to whatever speed you want, basically without speed limits, if you are not getting into construction sites or passages with speed limits. Josh says there is mention of IMX, but no OMI. Yeah, let's see. We will see. Yeah, IMX is the Ethereum backbone. It will be that way for a while. That's very true, because OMI is, like, they are using IMX because the NFTs are not minted on OMI but on IMX, and it's actually a good thing because that IMX gives VeVe and Ecomi the green story aspect. So carbon neutral minting, blah blah blah. You know, so, and this is big because it's a mega trend. Like being green and having carbon neutral stuff is a mega trend. So and the trend is your friend. So the mega trend is your mega friend, right? Zface says Rogers and Cohen PMK is the marketing firm VeVe is working with, right? I have no idea how they are exactly titled, but did they say this here? I don't know. I will have to look that up. But let's first get through your comments and then continue this article because it's big. Rogers and Cohen has been asleep in California. I thought everything would surge a few years back when that was disclosed. I hope they begin to use them. Yeah, I hope. Obviously, I will go to the Autobahn. It's close from the Netherlands. Oh, the Netherlands. So yeah, then you definitely have to do that. Although the Netherlands are so flat that you probably can race better there. But I think you have a speed limit of 130 kilometers per hour. And you can drive it in it 100%. Yeah. Yo, Superstar Money in the house. Welcome to the stream. It has been a while. No, my cornfield hasn't grown back yet, but we are getting there. Hope you are well, my friend. I am very well. Actually, you're probably asking because I didn't upload videos for quite a while. So first of all, the last two weeks of sideways action of Bitcoin was extremely boring. So that was one reason. And secondly, I have a lot of stuff going on in my life in a positive way. So it's nothing negative that I need to figure out and work on. And this will ultimately benefit everything, like me being able to put out more videos, put out more streams, put out more content, support the VeVe fam, Ecomi, and everything else. So, and no, I have not been hired by VeVe. If someone is thinking that, not even close. But yeah, we are going to go back out in nature. We are going to take a lot of videos outside in the different parts of the world if we can get to it. But yeah, once it's set and done, I will tell you everything that has been going on or is going on. And yeah, then we hopefully finally, because I think I talked to you about to you guys from Superstar Money about having a little chat here on my stream for quite some time, and we didn't make it, which is 100% my fault. But we are getting there. How excited are you, Superstar Money guys, for the Lamborghini drop? And by the way, if you have something left over, send some juju. Okay, Living Aloha, Yahoo Business Insider, and a few NFT sites also picked up the story. That is even better. So this could be the turnaround for the VeVe market. This could be really, if we get the turnaround in crypto simultaneously from mass marketing in that way, where all the degenerates in the crypto space are reading their news, together with crypto pay, and you know what's going on with your VeVe collectibles. I've said it a while ago. I am still putting my money where my mouth is. In my personal opinion, VeVe collectibles are the better play for the next 2 years or so. So for the next bull run, in my opinion, VeVe collectibles are going to outperform the returns that you can get on OMI. But not all of them, obviously, and maybe I'm wrong on this, because I mean a token can pump 10x or 50x without any use case. So if someone decides to do that, then then I'm wrong. But I act on my personal feeling that the VeVe collectibles are the better play at the moment, which is why I'm like 8. Am I 8? No, I'm like, now that I bought more OMI, I'm like 5 times heavier in the VeVe collectibles than I am in OMI. Anyways, so to put this in raw numbers, I have 2 million OMI and I have somewhat like 10,000 euros in VeVe collectibles. Anyways, Omi Child says, "What's up, PH? What's up, Omi Child? How is the little one doing? I hope it's growing." And I think, it was Omi Child who was here in the live stream a couple of months ago, waiting in a hospital room for the birth of his child. That was pretty cool. Mr. Cornfield, yeah, me too. And also the weather around it, because I shot a video. I didn't upload this video, but I shot a video a while ago in the fields, and it was crazily good because of the fog. But when I came to edit the video, it was already outdated, basically. So I didn't upload it. So this is the life of someone who is doing YouTube. Sometimes you spend a lot of time putting together content, then you go out there and you're filming the video, and then you sit to editing, and then you realize that you do not even have to upload the stuff. So I didn't. Yo, Vitimon, PhD, I'm hoping these Lambo NFTs have sound so you can rev the engine. Good to see you doing well. I'm guessing drop price between $500 and 1K. That's actually something that I also considered. I hope this is the case, because obviously that would make it all more interesting. On the other hand, I do not hope that this is the case, because then I cannot go for the drop at this point in time. But maybe I can get into it at another point. But overall, I think that first things first needs to be done. What is best for the app, and I think a high price and a very scarce Lamborghini would be good for the app, because that would ultimately attract those players that we want to see in the app, who just want to have a who just want to have a crypto Lamborghini. The FUD across all of crypto has been helping me stack. Yes, exactly. So that's what bear markets are for. Max pain is usually defined when you are the most convinced acolyte of the project, and you are not sure if you should go in more or even sell off. That's the perfect time to buy, unless you have fundamental reasons for doubting your investment. But honestly, I mean, being heavy in OMI and VeVe, has that always felt good to me? No, but I knew that it would come to this point, so I'm sticking to my plan and I just go for it. Omicha says he's doing great. Thanks for asking. It's been 6 months, so he's 6 months now. So yeah, congratulations, man. If he's doing great, then we are all happy. 6 months already. That's crazy, but I will never forget this. Anyways, that's great. Let me know if you have the 4th one. Living Aloha says Matic is on fire, up almost 100% since end of December 2022. Yes, I hold a little bit of Matic, not too much, but I think more than 100 Matic, which is not a lot. It's like $100 something. But yeah, obviously I like to see that, because Polygon is just such a good project, such a good L2. Omichard, sleeps good and good eater. We missed your videos and streams. Glad to see you here. Sorry about not uploading this. As explained before, life got in the way, but we are working on getting this better. If I would ever leave either YouTube, Ecomi, Bitcoin, crypto, NFTs, or whatever, which I will not, but if I would ever, I wouldn't do that without a stream and a goodbye to you all, right? I would never leave without notice. So if I do not upload, something's going on. Obviously, yeah, I mean, if I would have had an accident, then probably you don't know before. But other than that, consider that I would let you know. But I will not do that. Yeah. Truck in Hand says, do you think commons will drop below retail? Of Lamborghini? No way. No way. Not after publishing this on like each and every news outlet. No way. Unless they launch like 10,000 Lamborghini commons, I cannot see that drop under retail. Also, PhD, I recommend you check out the sweet CTO Larson video, Busted Well Play book for 2023. Happy to actually I will go back to this one, and I will watch this later after the stream or tomorrow. Omi Jackson. Okay. Vitamins at Living Alore, if it's that price, will you go for it? Lambo, big deal. It will pump soon as a Batmobile drop. A dump soon as I don't think so, because there are a lot of iconic drops on VeVe, and they tend to hold fairly well. It's not just whatever car. It's like I mean, obviously, yes, it might be dumping from wherever it gets to in the pump, but it will not go below retail. No way. No, don't have enough gems. Haven't added gems since 1022. Just trading what I have to build the collection. If you can manage this in these markets, then you have my utmost respect for that. Let's see. While you are figuring that out, let's see what else we have here in this article. Lamborghini has previously released epic road trip NFTs, and the company isn't the only luxury automobile company to step into Web3. By the way, this means, and I knew this before, I've said this before in the videos, but for everyone who is here, smash a like, that this is not the first appearance of Lamborghini. Although we get Lamborghini on VeVe, it's not the first NFT ever, not the first Lamborghini NFT ever on the blockchain. So if you want the first ever on the blockchain, there are other things, a ton of other things on VeVe that are better for that. But it's probably the first Huracan STO on the blockchain. So there might be something. If you narrow the focus, you always get the first on the blockchain. Yeah. So last month Porsche released a series of NFTs, which we also have seen. And by the way, it was 0.911 ETH, which is close to $1,500, which makes the Porsche NFT probably the most expensive release, and prices on VeVe might be pretty cheap compared to that. Or they decide to go along with this line, and they do also a 1.5K or even more Lamborghini for, I don't know, is it a blind box? I didn't pay attention to what they said here. Yeah, it's a blind box, so you don't know what you're getting. So it's not like the Aston Martin where you can choose your rarity. So here again, in the video for everyone who is tuning in right now, you see the Lamborghini models that we are getting. So overall, pretty big drop in my opinion. And this is obviously the best here, that the VeVe Lambo drop is basically coming here for CoinDesk, on CoinDesk. Let me just quickly check. VeVe, I will just Google this quickly. VeVe Lamborghini NFT. If we do this, yeah. So if we do this, let me get this, show this to you. So if we do it like this, you see this here. So this is the CoinDesk article. This pops up, and at the same time we have articles on NFT culture, Business Wire, NFT.lamborghini.com shows up here. Some videos, Business Insider, NFT Evening, NFT News Pro, Twitter. Okay, so yeah, a lot. Let's say if we go to news, let's see what we get here. NFT Evening, something from China or Korea or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, that looks more. That's probably Korean, right? I don't know. I'm not a pro here. Yeah, I don't know that. But here we see the new VeVe logo on NFT culture, so that looks pretty good. Anyways, I think that's pretty great. So let's take a quick look here, because that was actually not the only thing that VeVe has posted. Right after that, they have also announced for all the horror movie fans that they are going to do another drop for Chucky. So if there were quite some people that went for this, and actually you see what I really like is we do not see it right here, but oops, have the sound here. Where is it? Yeah, so here you see it. They switched this VeVe up in the colors of the brand. So here we have it in red, which looks pretty good in my opinion. So maybe after all, this was a really good choice. And then we also have this drop here from an hour ago, which is the masterfully created by talented Disney design team, the Disney Princess pop-up card series. So this is a new collectible style basically that we are seeing here. I wouldn't go as far and say that this is a new vertical, but it's for sure a new collectible style, has a new type of animation for it. So it's probably more like the release of lenticular cards. And yeah, also going to be a blind box drop. I personally don't care about Disney princesses, but there are a lot of people that do. Good. So what else do we have? Actually, there are. Let me get this quickly. So there are some YouTubers that have declared that they are going to sell their VeVe stuff, and I want to address this because some people in the VeVe fam are very focused on the YouTubers. Like there are many people like Tab Straits, who doesn't do videos anymore because I don't know, he became something like a European manager, I thought, about for VeVe, but haven't spoken to him or haven't seen him since then. Yeah, there is obviously Superstar Money, who is here and is putting out, or they both of them are putting out content almost every day. There are others like Chris Coffey, Kval Anderson is also doing less videos, but there are two YouTubers that have declared that they would sell their stuff, and the first one was Non-Fungible Wonderful, who was explaining why he thinks that he should sell his collectibles, or a lot of his collectibles. Probably they didn't sell all of them. And the second one was the Gale. So the Gale came out a couple of days ago, explaining and justifying why he would sell a part of his OMI and a part of his collection. And I want to put this in front of my own opinion on all of this. No one should criticize Non-Fungible Wonderful or the Gale for doing that, because it's although they are YouTubers and although they were extremely let's say excited about VeVe for a long time and Ecomi for a long time, they need to do their own decisions for their collectibles, and they have their own reasons that we do not know why they are doing this. And there might be reasons like being overextended, for example, that they got too excited. You don't know. or there might be a financial situation that they need to sell off their stack, or they simply, as they explained, are not comfortable anymore with holding so much within Ecomi and VeVe. So just to say, when I'm discussing this, I do not want anyone to go to them and basically say you are wrong. Now, here's my opinion. I think it's a mistake. I think it's a mistake if you sell off all your collectibles, which probably they didn't do, but they said they wanted to reduce their stack significantly. I think it's the wrong moment because we are basically at the bottom, and I think it's also it's not. This was not a long-term move. So basically, the justification sounded like we have waited a year and nothing happened in terms of from an investment perspective. And for me, this is not a long-term investment if you are in 1 year or 1.5 years. Just from a crypto perspective, if you look at Bitcoin, you have to say that there are 4-year cycles in Bitcoin. So you might expect at least 4-year cycles moving in accordance with this Bitcoin cycle, and waiting for the profits to drop and drip into crypto. You should expect 4-year time frames for your collectibles. So we have basically started with VeVe and Ecomi. When I say we, the majority of the VeVe collectors and the Ecomi investors have started during basically the end of the bull market in 21. Basically, for the altcoins, we were already in a bear market, although the reaction rallies made it feel as if we were still in a bull market. Some TA guys and some people that were really experienced realized very quickly that we are in a bear market, but we still had the VeVe NFT pump within this already declining altcoin market where profits were moved into NFTs. Now back to the topic. If this is the case, and we have experienced in 2021 the after effects, the shock waves of this first bull market when VeVe was basically just rolling out, then we also should expect that we have to wait until the end of the next altcoin season to see the absolute most massive explosion in the VeVe collectibles, which is then, if the halving is round about 1 year out, the next bull run is 1.5 years out, and that means that our NFT bull run is almost 2 years out from here, which would put us that came in around the first Marvel comics or maybe around Disney into the position that we have waited 1 year and we have to wait another 2 years. For me, plenty of time for VeVe rolling out MCP all phases, OUP all phases, bringing OMI on the exchanges and so on. So what I expect to see is Bitcoin goes into the next bull run, tops out, profits trickle into big cap altcoins, they start pumping, profits trickle into mid cap altcoins, OMI being listed on exchanges, pumping like crazy. Again, we are talking about in 1.5 years. And then when the small caps are exploding with green straight lines into the air, then I think then people are taking everything that they have from there and throw it into NFTs. Maybe also already during that phase of the small caps. The reason is that in NFTs are basically the most risk on asset, the most degenerate play in the marketplace. So we will have to wait a long time, in my opinion. Now, for me, that's the buying opportunity here, and I sure as hell will not reduce my my stack of collectibles in any way, because for me it doesn't matter if I have a 8 or 10k euro stack and I reduce it by 2k. This will not help me at all in my personal position. Okay, so that on how I will do it. I will keep my 2 million OMIs, I will keep my collectibles, and I will here and there add both of them into the next bull run. That's my plan, my personal opinion. The others, they decided something different, but I just wanted to tell you that not everyone is losing faith here. On the contrary, I think what we are seeing right now is more positive than 2 months ago. And I will not buy high and sell low. So yeah, we are going to patiently hodl here on this channel. And I think this will pay off in the end. And when it does, we will come back to all of these streams and videos where 50 people, which is a lot, thank you so much, smash a like, subscribe. 50 people are watching these streams. I hope in the bull run this is hundreds of people. Anyways, a word on being early, because this is unfortunately what it means to be early. When I want to underline my next statement here with the Bitcoin chart, because I think it's fundamentally important to do so. By the way, Bitcoin is still pumping. Let me get this here. Okay, so in the last, when you were the guys that were early, let's put it that way, the guys that were early, let's put it in the weekly. Here's, by the way, the death cross that, oops, let's get the lines out of the way. Can I? Oh yeah, okay. So this is the death cross that happened, and you see the reaction to the death cross. Some people outlined that I should take care because of the death cross, and so death cross. This is like the most lagging indicator of all times, just saying. Okay, but when you were early in Bitcoin, this is the logarithmic chart. So who was early in Bitcoin? Let's say the really, really early guys. These guys, you have to imagine, people today imagine that these guys that invested in Bitcoin or bought Bitcoin in 2012, for example, that they just went to Binance and bought some Bitcoin, or that they went to Kraken and bought some Bitcoin. But the truth is that in the very early stages of Bitcoin, there was no exchanges to quickly buy. You had to really dig into how to get this stuff. Yeah, you didn't even you didn't even know sometimes. You didn't even know about Bitcoin. If you did, you were probably mining Bitcoin into your PC hard drive or stuff like that, and you didn't know if this will ever go to something, which is why people lost thousands of Bitcoin, hundreds of millions of dollars worth today on hard drives that they threw out because they didn't know if this would be something in the end. So being early means being very, very lonely. So there were no Bitcoin YouTubers at all, or some, let's say a couple of them, but you cannot, today you have shows like BitBoy Crypto, and you have Cryptos Are Us, and you have all the TA guys and so on. The people that were early on Bitcoin, they didn't have that. And even the people that were early on Ethereum, they didn't have all this stuff. So in a sense, you have to compare yourself really with Ecomi and VeVe and NFTs to them, because if you go into the outside world, no one knows what the heck an NFT is. Most people don't even know really what augmented reality is. So there is a lot to do in terms of education, which also happened here. No one knew what blockchain technology is. And this is even 5 years with the Bitcoins, 5 years before David Yu and Dan Crothers entered into the blockchain with their minds into developing something about blockchain and crypto, as he said in the podcast. So being early means being lonely and being absolutely not certain that it will be successful. And then also you have to deal with everyone who gets out basically after the first dump, yeah, and takes the profit and moves away because they think that that's it. I mean, this phase here is, I think this phase from here, that's 2 years, this one. 2 years of trickling down. Imagine we have 1.5 years of trickling down right now. We think we might have seen the bottom maybe. But we have already 3 cycles to look back at. These guys didn't have any. So they think it's the end of the world or end of Bitcoin. Let's take some profit and move along. this is the same that happens right now in VeVe, where people say, oh yeah, let's just secure our $8,000 and move along. So we got Omi the clown in the space. The Gale sold 499 collectibles in the last 21 days, over half of his collection. Random look up because I was curious. Oh, thanks for the insight. So he sold off half of his collection, 499 collectibles. Probably he got a lot of them on the drop, and hopefully was in the profit. And again, guys, this is nothing to be mad about. You have now 499 collectibles that found a new owner. So someone wanted to, you have to see the other side of this. Someone wanted to buy all the collectibles that the Gale listed at these prices, right? So I would be worried if people were trying to sell off and no one would buy those collectibles, but this is clearly not the case. Omi Child says, I had to sell a lot of my collectibles because I got laid off. Yeah, so he had to sell his collectibles because he got laid off. That's a different story. If I would have gotten laid off and I would have no choice, then obviously I would sell whatever I have to sustain my family, especially you that have 3 children. So that's exactly the reason why I say don't judge anybody. But I think in terms of just if you lose faith in the project, I think that's the wrong move. But this is another story. You didn't lose faith in the VeVe team. So probably you have another job. You get your money. We are still at the bottom. You can move back into your collectibles, right? So there are always reasons, and I'm not criticizing anyone. I just want to give an insight into what I believe it must have been in Bitcoin in 2012 or 15 or whatever, if you are thinking about selling off because others are selling off. Like there are people that are watching Non-Fungible Wonderful, there are people that are watching the Gale, and they think, man, if these early YouTubers, the Gale made videos long before I did, if these early YouTubers are giving up on Omi and VeVe, then I have to sell. I want to demystify, or how do you say that? I just want to say that this is not the case. Like these guys are not giving up on the project, in my opinion. I bought 1 Bitcoin for 120 and left it on Mt. Gox. So yeah, so then if you left it on Mt. Gox, then it went down with Mt. Gox, and probably now you will get an email to reclaim that 1 Bitcoin. Maybe if you get it back, maybe you get a part of it back. I don't know. Maybe you want to share that story. But if you give it, if you get it back, then yeah, then it's probably good that they held it in custody for so long, so you couldn't sell it at 250 euros. Energy says we should do a director's cut with all who sold now for later on. I don't think so. I disagree. Because why? For example, Omi Child, he had to. So if you do a director's cut with Omi Child saying that he had to, he sold his collectibles, it would be unfair because he didn't want to. So circumstance made him to. And I 100% believe that there are reasons why the Gale and Non-Fungible Wonderful took that decision. And also, they could have kept silent about this. They told the community. So I'm not criticizing them. I just want to encourage everyone that didn't sell their collectibles. That's probably a good idea to hold on to them, although I never give financial advice and you guys do your own research. But in my opinion, yeah, it comes down to being very, very early, and these are hard times to stay mentally focused on still believing into that massive reward in the end. However, in terms of the Gale, it sounded in the video more that he is just doing some risk rebalancing. So he wouldn't have to really sell off these collectibles. But again, I mean, it's his portfolio, his choice, and he has to sleep well with that decision. I bought 2 collectibles off Gale that he minted. Ooh. So you have some of, if we ever can see the history, then this would be a collector's piece, just because of that. Nico says, I got many emails over the years. I think I might get a third of it back if I'm lucky, but we'll see. So yeah, I mean, a third of that would be, what is that, like $7,000-8,000 so almost 10 million owe me. That's I mean, I hope you get that Bitcoin back, or at least a part of it. But anyways, this is what it means to be early, right? And since then, cycles, this one is super good looking rounded bottom here. But yeah, cycles have passed, and now we are here pumping again, maybe seeing something special, maybe being at the bottom, maybe not. But let's take a quick look at this here, because many people told me, I don't know why there are so many dots here, but many people told me that this death cross here, which happened, let me get into the daily. No, I cannot see it anymore, but it's somewhere here before this, or during this dump. On the 9th of February or something like that, somewhere here, the death cross happened, would result in a catastrophic, apocalyptic drop, which is probably also why so many people opened shorts, which are now being wrecked. Yeah, so this is a really large green candle. And if we are closing this green candle like this in, sorry, you cannot see. If we are closing this candle in 1 hour and 20 minutes as it sits right now, then we are probably going to continue this into the upper direction. Reason being that we are basically bullish engulfing all of this red stuff here, and that is usually a bullish sign. Although I'm not a really big TA guy, I kind of like what I see, also from the perspective that we have a move here, like we broke many resistances here, and we had a healthy retracement up to this level, and now we're pumping again, right? So if we would close up there, then this could be a wave 3, right? And if this is a wave 3, that could be a very long pump that we might see here. Obviously, this can turn out always in the other directions, and there is a lot to go. But you see these waterfall crashes here on the side. Hey, we could go in the same speed up to this level. But yeah, we will see. We will see how it plays out. We will keep a close eye on this channel, although I have not so much time to bring to stream all the time. And we're going to see what's happening with the VeVe drops. So yeah, guys, do we go for the Lambo? I don't know yet. I don't know, because I want to see the price. I start getting used to the new branding, to the new stuff. Guys, if you like the stream so far, smash up the like button. YouTube algorithm really likes and appreciates if you are smashing the like button. Other than that, I think I have discussed everything that I wanted to discuss today. So I want to keep it really around this 1 hour today, because I'm quite tired. Thank you all for being here on your way out. Smash the like, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below, if you are commenting afterwards or so, what you think about all of this, and if you're going for a Lambo. And yeah, thank you all for stopping by, participating. As promised, I will be bringing out more videos once I can settle all the private stuff here, and I will try my best to come on and stream for you during the time. and put out some videos at least. Now, wherever you are on the world, good luck for Lambo, and have yourselves a great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon, and see you in the next live stream or video.